What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel that we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we're going to pick back up with DC Comics and we're going to continue our coverage over the Green Lanterns, and we're going to pick up with Green Lanterns Volume 2. Now, in this book right here, we do learn a little bit more of information about the Phantom Ring that first appeared in our last Green Lanterns video, but also we learn a tad bit information about the new Guardian that appeared also in our last video as well. And so guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories like this in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But let's dive into Green Lanterns Volume 2. So we begin today's story by picking up with Jessica Cruz and Simon Bass a day or two after the ending of our Green Lanterns Volume 1 video, where we pick up with Jessica's anxiety taking over again, because she has been invited to hang out with Simon Bass and his family for Halloween. In his family, Halloween is celebrated with a lot of different traditions. Except Jessica's anxiety starts to take over and she starts to freak out, because that means she has to interact with Simon's mother on Halloween. It is something that she is truly not ready for. And so you have her about to dip out before Simon's mom appears for Halloween's dinner. Now, right before Jessica is able to escape, that is when you have Simon Bass catch her in the act. This is where you have Simon beg Jessica to stay, because Simon is preparing to tell his mother about him being a Green Lantern, but also the fact in their culture a special kind of cookie is made, and Simon is having a hard time making the cookies, and these cookies are a big deal to his mother. And so he is asking Jessica to help out with making the cookies, where of course you have Jessica agree to help Simon out since he is trying to oppress his mother. This leads to the two of them in the kitchen trying to make the cookies for Simon's mother, except they keep messing up on making the cookies, and these cookies have to be perfect for Simon's mother. But since they keep messing up, you have Simon pull a Jessica this time by putting on his Green Lantern outfit and speeding out of the kitchen. This is where we learn why these cookies have to be perfect. Growing up, Simon only had his mother as an adult figure in his life, but with them dealing with racism growing up, she was basically a shield from that for him and his sister. But she was always hard on Simon. When his grades slipped, she would yell at him. And so with his mother always being so hard on him when growing up, of course, he does what teenagers do. He rebelled against his mother. But it led, of course, to the point where he got arrested. And so ever since then, he's been trying to prove to his mother that he is actually a good person, and he has been doing something meaningful in his life. Where of course you have Jessica and Simon go back home and start to work on the cookies once again, except this time working slowly through the process of the recipe to make sure the cookies actually come out correctly. And this is really just to show that the two of them are becoming more than just partners, but actually becoming friends finally. Where if you saw our last video, these two hated each other, except now they have become somewhat friends and are actually spending time with each other and basically finally building a bond with one another. This leads to Simon's mother finally arriving at the house, and of course Simon Bass is there to greet her and show her that he is now a superhero. And this is huge because it is him coming out to his mother and showing her that, hey mom, listen, even though I have caused so much pain in your life with me getting arrested, I'm now doing something meaningful in my life. I am a superhero. At first, she is kind of shocked and confused about what a Green Lantern is. But of course, after a few minutes, she tells Simon that she is happy with him being a superhero. And this leads to the question though, where is her grandson, which is Simon's nephew? Well, we come to find out that he is upstairs with the Guardian who appeared in our last Green Lanterns video. If you remember, there was a Guardian who appeared in our last video who had been exiled. The reason why he has been exiled is because he made the Phantom Ring, a ring that lets anybody become a lantern, but that person can use any of the lantern's powers. So a person could use the powers of the green, yellow, blue, or even red lanterns. We also come to find out that the Guardian's name is Ravi, and I really hope I pronounced that name correctly. Now, throughout this video so far, he was upstairs meditating, except that is when he dips out and leaves, because he was able to sense a threat coming to Earth looking for him in the ring. And the group he senses are the Dominators. Now, Dominators is not a name that is well known in DC Comics, mainly because they only show up here and there in DC Comics. But they are an alien race who are very advanced. Also, they are master genetics as well. But it seems like they're the ones who are after Ravi the Guardian who came to Earth because they know about the Phantom Ring. But this leads us back over to the Green Lanterns, as they are right now helping out Simon Bad's nephew with trick-or-treating. At the same time, they are hoping to find Ravi the Guardian somewhere in the city, hoping he has not gotten too far. And so this leads to the Lanterns just walking around the city until you have Simon's sister tell him that if she was a Guardian, she would not be hiding around in some bush where she can be found easily. He must have gone somewhere where he can have the higher ground. Where of course we see that he is hiding out in the town's clock tower, hoping that he can figure out how he is going to protect the ring from the Dominators. And we do get a small flashback as well, where we see that when he created the Phantom Ring, he was doing it secretly, but as soon as he finished the ring, one of his fellow Guardians caught him in the act of making the Phantom Ring, and shows us how the ring being made was a huge mistake. And before we are able to dive deeper into this flashback, we see that the Green Lanterns were able to find Ravi in the clock tower. Now you have Ravi get angry at the Lanterns because with them flying around looking for him, he knows that the Dominators are right behind them. The Dominators would just let the Green Lanterns look for Ravi for them and just follow behind without the Lanterns actually knowing. And so you have Ravi just run off, trying to find a new place to hide, except you have the Lanterns follow him again and try to tell Ravi that he needs to let them help him. But that is when we learn another reason why Ravi has been running away. He does not want the help from rookie Lanterns. He wants the veteran Earth Lanterns, who are all in space right now dealing with their own things. He also points out that Jessica can barely make a construct, which she made her first one in our last video. But while you have all of them arguing over what to do, that is when they all get attacked by the Dominators. This leads to the Dominators appearing and then having the two different sides fighting against each other. Now let me tell y'all, this battle is short-lived. Like it only lasts about 3 pages and that is it. The reason why, because you have the Lanterns able to take these Dominators down quickly. As soon as the Dominators were able to grab the Phantom Ring, the Green Lanterns bounced back and handled these guys like they are no longer rookie Lanterns. And with them doing that and Jessica showing that she's still able to make constructs in this battle, it led to Ravi finally believing that these Lanterns can help protect the Phantom Ring. And so he decided to finally tell them a little bit of his history. And we learned that basically after he created the Phantom Ring, the other Guardians found out and they were upset because they told him not to make the Phantom Ring at all. Of course, he still did, and he tried to explain that there is something wrong in the Green Lantern's ring. And this is referencing all the way back in Jeff Johns' run on Green Lanterns, when he stated that the Guardians trap Parallax, the entity of fear, in the Green Lantern's power battery. And Ravi stated that this ring can help the Lantern Corps out, but the other Guardians said no. And since he was the one who made the ring, he will be exiled and must protect the ring from falling into the wrong hands. But after telling why he was exiled and also stating that he has been trying for years to destroy the ring, he finally agrees to let Simon Bass and Jessica Cruz help him protect the ring from falling into the wrong hands. And this leads to us closing the story with someone driving into town and stating that he must have the Phantom Ring, leaving us wondering two questions. Who is this person and how does he know about the Phantom Ring? And this is where we are going to end today's video. So please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories like this in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here and I will see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.